Sincere greetings to all of you. We, the Annihilators, are happy to be with you in this video. Today, we would like to light our views regarding our belief that supporting all historical movies is patriotism. We are glad for receiving this topic, which is timely, that needs to be addressed, because with the advancement of technology and of the movie industry in particular, there are more and more ways for individuals to show love for their motherland. While in the Vietnam War, patriotism is standing up and fighting for the country, nowadays you can still be patriotic without combating. Right now we will begin with our debate part. Firstly, let us define the key words. According to the Merriam Dictionary, supporting means showing your approval to someone or something. In other words, when you support something, you are in favor and you stand up for it. A movie is a recording of moving images with sound that tells a story. A historical movie is an accurate representation of real events occurred in the past, reflecting in particular the history of a determined population in a determined period of time. This is according to Oxford Learners' Dictionaries. Patriotism, on the other hand, as referred by Wikipedia and Britannica Encyclopedia, is the love for the country. That is the feeling of attachment and commitment which create alliance and solidarity between people with the same roots. Patriotism is a distinctive feature of Vietnamese tradition from the beginning of the Viet Kingdom. Now, through three arguments, we will take you to the conclusion that supporting historical movies is a manifest of patriotism. As the first speaker, I will show you why understanding our country's history is fundamental in building up patriotism in us. Our second speaker will demonstrate to you how historical movie is the best means to convey historical values and thus the love for the country to a wide range of people. Finally, our third speaker will summarize our case by putting together the first two arguments and therefore reaching the conclusion that supporting historical movies is a manifest of patriotism. Now we shall begin with the first argument, that understanding our country's history is fundamental in building up patriotism in us. According to the definition given earlier, patriotism is the love for our homeland that makes us proud of our country's culture and traditions. For instance, we Vietnamese people are proud of the courage and resilience of our ancestors in fighting against colonialism and imperialism. How are the courage and resilience of our ancestors displayed to us? Through history, that Vietnamese soldiers and people in the past century sacrificed themselves is the truth. That they had been resisting, still waiting and hoping for a brighter future is a reality. The Vietnamese had fought 2 wars against French domination and still kept up against American expansion. If that's not courage and resilience, what else is? So, knowing about our country's history builds up in us awareness about our identity and values. And only once you become aware of those values that you can love them and be proud of them. And that is the origin of patriotism. I have therefore demonstrated our first argument, that understanding our country's history is fundamental in building up patriotism in us.
Now, I, as the second speaker, will show you how historical movies are the most effective means of conveying historical values, and thus a love for the country to a wide range of people. From the definition given earlier, we know that a well-made movie has a huge and immediate impact on one's mind as it brings stimulation to our sight, hearing, and emotional senses. The audience, when watching a movie, are constantly pushed to empathize with the characters in a movie. We can affirm that movies are the most effective way to spread strong messages because they are a combination of other arts like music, photography, and can be comprehended by most people without the need for any particular competence. While, for example, reading books requires one to have a greater ability to concentrate, patience, and imagination.
Now you have listened to our point of view to support our thesis at the beginning, that supporting all historical movies is patriotism. And guys, the third speaker will make it clear to you. Patriotism is when you wish to transmit that same proud feeling to your comrades. Why is that? Simply because as humans, we tend to convince people to have our same interests. people with the same interests interact with each other in an easier way. And for social animals, human interaction is vital in maintaining our well-being. Let's return to the main point. When you wish to spread patriotism to your comrades, you want to transmit the historical values of the country because we have demonstrated precedently. Patriotism comes from knowledge and understanding of our homeland's history. So you would wish to use the best means to transmit those historical values. That is through historical movies. This also demonstrated before. Thus we have our conclusion that supporting historical movies is the manifest of patriotism. Thank you for listening to our arguments.